Hi guys, my name is John, and I am going to upload a game that was played by Kim Jisuk, 8 Dan of Korea, and a new and rising strong player, An Sung-jun, 3 Dan of Korea. This is the second game of the title match called Price Information Cup in Korea. The first game was won by An Sung-jun 3 Dan, and this is the second game. And if he wins this game, then he wins his first title in his life. It's an interesting game. Let's play it out, and I'll make some comments here and there as to how the game's played out. So Kim Ji-suk, 8 Dan is black, and An Sung-jun is white. This black opening is actually a trademark of Kim Ji-suk. When he's black, he plays this a lot. I remember one game where he played this opening against Gu Lee and ended up in a very, very interesting, complicated game. But I don't quite remember exactly what happened, but I think he lost that game. Okay, this move is a very solid move, but gote. And as black plays this way, white will probably have to jump out. Okay. Now, jumping a one space jump into the center is usually never bad, because once you step out into the center, you have three directions that you could go. You could continue to jump. You could go left. You could go right. So usually, if you're a beginner learning to play Go, one space jump into the center is always could never be bad. That's an interesting move. There you go, another one space jump. Oh wow. Now, some of you may wonder, black attached and white tanukis and then goes to the corner and attaches? Like, what's the deal? But this is actually a very interesting move. Not only is it interesting, but I like to give to white the fact that it's a very important game where it's a match game for his first title, and he's able to play this free move, a move like this, something that's not seen in the books, something that doesn't involve a joseki formation. I mean, this basically he played this move at the time because he saw the move then. I mean, it's a very creative move. Well, let's watch how it develops. But basically, depending on how it develops in the corner, white is saying, I'm going to hane one way or the other on the point that black just attached. Which is this 15 here. And we'll see how it develops. So, this way. Alright, so now white was able to take the corner this way because of this move 15, white could hane one or the other side and pretty much punch into this area here and isolate this group, this 3 stones on the left to the group on the right. So this is up to here is like a joseki, given the situation. And next, black's move would be Where would black play next? Make a one space jump. Approach. Cap the 3 center stones. Start attacking 3 stones. He approaches. Alright, this is easy Joseki. Now black has to decide whether it's going to pincer or jump or come straight down to the corner to protect the corner and then to fight. All moves are possible. He could attach Q5, and when white extends 06, he could make one space jump, and when white plays Q9, black could make a one space jump or play P10 to attack. Okay, so black just decides to Tanuki and force a move, or try to force a move on the lower right white group. But white group could Tanuki and it's still not going to die. So let's see how white responds here. It's a 2 space extension from the 1 stone at Q6, but it also helps the life of the group at Q15 area. So basically what it's saying, if you think you could kill, try it. That's what it's saying. Thick move. White Tanukis again. Interesting. Well, let's see what black does now. If you're a player who wants to get stronger, I suggest that you spend a lot of time on 2 things. Number 1 is I know it's going to be difficult to get games against people who are stronger than you, but try to find a stronger player to give you a game. I don't know, it doesn't matter if you have to buy him lunch, if you have to do him a favor, but whenever there's an opportunity that you could get a game against someone stronger, especially someone at least 2-3 stones stronger than you, go for that opportunity, grab it, and get that game against that player. And if you are able to get a lot of games against stronger players than you, that's the best way for you to improve. The next thing that I recommend you do to get strong is spend time on life and death problems. That is very important in building your reading skills and learning shapes. Like, once you spend a lot of time solving life and death problems, and if you become good at it, not only is your reading skill going to improve, but you will also be able to find the good shape that is often the decision maker between life and death. So right now, if you look at where black played, we have 6 stones here, 6 white stones where white Tanuki twice to play Q9, and then another pincer at N3. So black played P13 right now, move 41, and now white has to find a move to live. Now, if you have been playing a lot of games against strong players, and or have spent a lot of time on life and death problems, you could see the next move that makes life for this group. You don't even have to read it out. R14 is the only move that allows life for this group without escaping. So let's see where white plays. White Tanukis. Well, I think at this point black has to capture the lower right corner. There. That if white played that move instead of black, white would have lived with two eyes. But now white snooked 3 times and took the upper right corner, and now white would have to take that corner. Okay, so lower right corner became black's territory while white took the upper right corner. So let's see, let's just do a rough count. Upper right corner, white's territory is about 25 points. And upper left corner and lower left corner for white combined is about 20. So white has about 45 points. And black, alright, by playing this move right now, black has about 50 points on the lower side. So white has 45, black has 50. It's white's turn to play, and white has Comey, and black has the upper right, the upper side. So right now it's still a good, well-balanced game. But as you can see, white has 3 stones in the center, which is weak. So white has to make sure that these 3 stones don't get attacked severely. Otherwise, it could lead to black's thickness becoming territory or breaking into white's territory somewhere. But as you can see, the move 46 builds a balance between black's upper left and white's upper right, making a nicely balanced territory game. Okay, so black decides to begin by attacking. Now, this peep right now is something that people who are, again, weaker players who wants to get stronger need to learn is, why did black peep here? Why? Well, since this isn't interactive, I can't get any hands or answers, but the reason why black peeped here is black wants white to connect so that white's group gets heavy. When you're attacking something, you want to make sure that the group you're attacking gets heavy so that chances of the group you're attacking giving it up for, and then, you know, like changing the strategy gets smaller. So later on, if it's not heavy, you may end up, let's say white escaped out and black chased out, and at some point black made this current peep, but let's say about 20 moves later, white may not connect. In which case, instead of attacking the whole group, you may end up taking the 2 stones on the bottom, maybe about 10 points big. So before black begins to attack, black wants to make sure that white becomes heavy. So now, if you're white, you don't want to make your groups heavy. So if you connect, then black's probably going to cap at the Tengen point, or right about the Tengen point. So do you want to connect if you're white? So at this point, for white would have to run some simulations and calculations in his mind to see what the territory count would be if he gave it up, and if he's able to carry the game after giving it up, then it's proper to give it up instead of connecting. All right, let's see what white does. Okay, now, so white is saying, okay, you want the 2 stones on the bottom? Come and cut and take it. I'll live with this shape. This is good because now white has a good shape on the outside, whereas if he connected, it would be just a heavy group where after black caps at the Tengen, white doesn't really have much breathing room. But now, if black plays at Tengen, then white could just jump out at L10, or enclose the area at I-12 and try to fight the Tengen stone. So again, black peeps again. Black hasn't given up to try to make white's shape heavy. Let's see what white does. Black is saying that this is a forcing move where he wants white to answer, and if white does respond to this move, then basically black is saying this move that he played right now would somehow help out in the center fight. That's the strongest move that white could play right now to protect his territory. Wow, this is if black can't live in the corner, then this is a big loss. It's about 6 points different at least. So now let's see. Black has to make at least a ko in the corner. Let's see what happens. It looks like the upper right corner is dead. I don't see a way black could live there. If that's the case, then it's a big loss for black. Wow. White took it again, and he just secured his group, which confirms that he's making sure that black in the upper right corner cannot live, while he's extending his influence area on the upper side. So white is basically saying, if you think you've got what it takes to kill my group, go ahead. It's an interesting way to say it. So for white, because white gained a lot in the upper right corner, I mean, assuming if the center white group dies, then white's going to lose. But if it lives, then white is well ahead in territory. It looks like this is going to become an exchange. Black taking the center group and white's group in the upper right, lower right group, lower right white's group is going to come back alive again. Like that. White placed the start point. White is connected. Okay, so this group on the right is alive, and well, black could cut L14. Yeah, if black cuts at L14, white's 5 stones in the center is going to die. But that's just too small as an exchange for this white group on the lower right. I mean, lower right white group is just so much bigger. Okay, so black cut. right? This is not bad for white. At least black has Sente, so let's see how black could complicate the game to try to recoup his losses and see if he could, make it a game again. But right now, white is definitely good. Okay, again, weaker players may think, why play endgame now? But this is a huge move, because if white plays where black just played, it's a difference of about 20 points. Because if white plays where black played, it's Sente, because black has to live. But now black plays first, and it's alive and gains about 4 points. And if white doesn't block, then it's going to affect the upper right corner group. Upper right corner is going to come back and try to live. So white has to block this, which means it's Sente. So he's gaining about 10 points in Sente, meaning it's about 20 points. Well, he doesn't even block. He's saying, alright, I'm winning this game. That's what white is saying. Between this move and just blocking, it's about 4 points difference. So white is losing about 4 points by extending here instead of blocking. But he's saying still the game is, he is well ahead in the game, that instead of 4 points, he's saying I'm gonna make sure that there's no aji, bad taste. Which, if so, then he's saying he's still ahead. Alright, so let's look at the rest of the moves and see how it develops, and if there's anywhere where black gains another chance to fight the game, then I'll point it out. This is accounting. This would be black's last chance. If nothing happens here, then black will probably have to resign. But now, white can't just push out at d12, then the two stones die. So now white has to attach at e11. Black connects at d12. White pinches at the start point in d10. And then we'll have to see what the count goes. The liberty fight goes. Like that. Connect, and black connects. Oh, black extends first. Right. This is a good move, because if black connects, then white hanes where black played, and white wins the liberty fight. So this is Sente. Now, this liberty fight is the key. Yes, that's a good move. Hmm. Well, black's strategy worked. I mean, this white has made a mistake, and now this center white group is dead. So white has to get compensated on the upper side. Otherwise, all of a sudden, the game has gotten good for black. If black lives in the upper side, then black is ahead now. So white has to make sure the black group dies. Is this enough for white? It may just be enough for white. Looks like a close game. That's a good move. Yeah, I'm just running a territory count in my head, and it looks like White's going to keep a couple points from his Comey. Meaning White seems to be ahead by a couple points. Let's see. If White wins this game, and White wins his first title. This is the last move. Black resigned here. White didn't have to get into semi in the center, the last where black played out. So 134. Move 134, if played at 140, would have made the game easier. But 134 was probably a mistake. But even after that, instead of 148, he could have played it different. He could have played it differently to keep his liberties to the maximum. But 148 was weird. But finally, after cutting at 154 and 156. He hasn't lost his calm completely, and he was able to figure out the sequence to take a few point lead instead of risking everything to go kill the whole group. And I think that's what gave this victory and the title of Price Cup to An Sung-jun 3-dan. Again, congratulations to An Sung-jun, the new Price Information Cup champion of Korea. And it was nice and fun enjoying the game, and we'll hopefully we'll see you around more. And again, my name is John Lee, and this game record commentary is brought to you by go9dan.com. Thank you everyone, and we will see you again. Oh, by the way, I plan to do a few more of these and see how the response is, and if you guys like it, then I may continue to do this for a while. So check it out, and if you like it, then click like and leave. Feel free to leave comments. Although this video is not interactive, I am able to see your comments, and if you make a lot of positive comments, I will, as I promised, I will build more game records like this with commentaries for your review. Again, John Lee here, and enjoy the game. Thank you.